Hi, my name is Todd Birch, and I'm one of the partners of Smuster.com. Back in 2003, when I was a professional woodworker, I needed a 3D design program, and I did a search, and I found Sketchup, and I started using it, and it was great. But I knew I could do more if Sketchup had an API, and about a year later, in 2004, with Sketchup version 4, Sketchup came out with an API implemented in Ruby. I didn't know Ruby at the time, but I sat down and learned it, and that just really took Sketchup to the next level for me. After writing scripts for the user community and for several years, I partnered with Rick Wilson and Octavian Chiss, and we formed Smustered, and our goal for Smuster.com is to provide scripts to the user community that will make them more productive, just like they were more productive for us.
So can you talk about how you chose the Sketchup API, and tell us a little bit about how you came to this technical decision, and what was it about it that made you think this is what I want to develop for?
Yeah, when the Ruby API came out with SketchUp, I knew there was an opportunity there to speed my use of SketchUp up. And so learning the Ruby API and learning how to code in Ruby enabled me to be more productive using SketchUp. And so instead of sitting down and maybe drawing a cabinet and taking 30 minutes to do it, I sat down for a couple hours and I wrote a script that would draw a cabinet, and the next time I needed to draw a cabinet, it'd take 5 seconds. So it really made me a lot more productive.
As developers, we really value being able to share war stories and lessons from technical challenges. Can you tell us about one particularly difficult period of development that you faced and how you approached this technical challenge?
Sometimes as a developer you run into technical challenges when using a product or an API. One specific technical challenge, or a series of technical challenges that I've had over the years, were more related to advanced math concepts that I never had in school. For instance, transformations, scalings, and rotations. And so learning to go through and how to implement, not just use the API, but figure out what those math concepts were, to be able to manipulate things in an advanced way inside SketchUp was kind of challenging, but the user community, the other scripters, and even the Google people were just wonderful, helping us users learn how to use the product.
So can you tell me some of your favorite features in SketchUp and the SketchUp API?
My favorite features with the SketchUp API, first and foremost, is that it's implemented in the Ruby language. When the Ruby language was chosen by Joe Esch, one of the original author of SketchUp, Ruby was a new language, and not many people knew Ruby. And since 2002 or 3, whenever he decided to implement Ruby as the language, Ruby is now very well known for web development, and not as many people use it for just applications. So SketchUp is using Ruby as an application programming language, scripting language, and so a lot of the people that have grown up around Ruby think of it as Rails, but this is not Rails, this is just the Ruby language, and so it's been a really good thing.
And what are some things that you'd like to see added to the SketchUp API? What are some feature requests you'd like to see implemented?
As far as the future of SketchUp and the Ruby API, some of the things that we would like to see at Smuster.com is better support for getting the word out that there are these things called extensions, and letting the user community know that they're pretty easy to implement, and giving the users an easy way to bring those in to SketchUp. I mean, we don't want anybody to have to learn how to be a programmer or even mess with their file system. So we would like to see better support for distribution and installation of Ruby scripts.
And what do you see as the future of 3D?
As far as the future of SketchUp and 3D modeling, SketchUp's goal in the beginning was 3D for everyone. And I think they've come a long way towards that. I mean, there's a lot of big players in the marketplace that are doing 3D, that have a very well established user base. And so SketchUp's coming up, and And you know, it's always kind of been, I don't want to say the joke of the industry, but it's like, oh, well, you know, it's free. How could it be productive for people? But, you know, the SketchUp community is very alive and very well, and SketchUp users are growing every day. So I think the future is going to bring more people using SketchUp and more people moving off of their legacy solutions and using SketchUp. And part of that is going to mean extensions to SketchUp to customize SketchUp for their processing and to integrate SketchUp into their flow of business that they're established and using today.